Gentleman Prospector, top of the morning to you. I woke up this morning, me and Mama Bird, and it was raining. Not hard, not a bad rain, not enough to flood us out, but enough to keep me from going anywhere and doing much of anything. So I set up the sluice. Actually, I went to the post office first and mailed off everything from last night's live, and then I set up the sluice. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 buckets I'm gonna try to run here live. I got more than that, but I'm gonna try to get through these 6, and then I'm gonna run the rest of the bucket of the Ohio tailings that I brought home. There may be a little shiny in the Ohio stuff, but I don't expect there to be anything in these because I have run these probably 3 times. So I need the buckets. We're getting ready to go on a big prospecting trip, 10-day trip, across the country and back, and I need the buckets. And in order to have the buckets, I got to empty these out. And I'm going to put the tailings after I run them through here in Mama Bird's rock garden. Looks like Maggie Dog's in there. My pal Maggie in there. We got 3 other people in there. Looks like I got the camera set just about right where it cuts off my head. So I'll turn that. I'll move that up just a little bit while we're waiting on others to join us. We're running a 6-inch Trek sluice today with the combo mat and the 6-inch smooth water header box from the Flower Gold Wizard, designed by Wesley Hatfield. We got it hooked to our speed controller right here. We'll have to adjust that speed, I'm quite sure, as we go. That's the smooth water header box. In order to get it functioning correctly, you need to have it hooked to a speed controller. So let's go. Let's see what we can do. Hey, we got a pretty good flow going. Looks like she's cleaning it off. I got my sluice set at about 9 degrees. We're going to run through a few buckets here and see what we can come up with, if anything. It's plenty warm here. It's 100% humidity here today. That's because we got the rain. Still rain, cloud covered. About 74 right now. But with that humidity, it feels like it's about 88. And the temperature is supposed to go up to 88 today. So we'll see what happens. We're going to turn that up just a little bit. Get just a little more flow going on there. These old Missouri gravels are a little different than some of the other places we prospected because, you know, look at this. There's a lot of sharp edges on them. There's a pretty piece of banded agate right there. How many scoops before PBR? Well, you know what? Normally I would say one scoop before PBR, but as early as it is, I'm still on the hard stuff, you know. I'm trying to wing myself off this coffee, but it's good stuff. Hey, Bacchus 573, welcome in, pal. Rusty Nugget, how you doing? Driving and listening. You know what? We do that all the time. We always, whenever we're out prospecting, doing our trips, we always see if someone's live, and we always pop them in and turn it on to the speakers in the truck, and then that way we don't miss none of the action. Dina Little Hell, top of the morning to you, Dina. We got 8 buckets. I think I counted them here. 7 or 8 buckets of tailings. I need the buckets. We're going to go on a big prospecting trip, and I need the buckets. And these have all been run before. And I am going to clean it all out when I get done and pan it and see, but I'll be willing to bet that there's absolutely zero gold in here because we ran them. Every one of these buckets has been run at least twice. In the garden right now, Dina said, but then she's gonna go head out to Peace Canyon. She's gonna hit that Swift River, which she's gonna do, and get some of that Swift River gold. Well, it's out there, Dina, I promise. So far, my indicator mat is indicating that I have absolutely no gold in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a bucket of material through until I fill up my catch tub here. And once I get it filled up, I'm going to dump it into another bucket. When I get that bucket filled up, I'm going to carry it right over there. Mama Bird's got a little rock garden going on where an old tree used to be, and we dug a root out of there, and she's got no well pump set in it. So I'm going to fill in around that well pump. And she's got an old cow stall in there and some lassos and a bunch of beautiful rocks. Just kind of decorated up a little bit. Dean's going to be running that sluice coral maze. So I promise you won't be disappointed in the sluice, Dean. That brother of mine, Carl, out Miller Outdoors, he makes the best sluicers that I've ever had an opportunity to prospect with. I normally, in the river, I run coral sluice, but the coral sluices I don't have lead kits on none of them. And this Trek sluice already had a lead kit on. It's just easier to set up with a lead kit, so I decided to go with this. Get me a empty bucket here. It's starting to get pretty full. Got me an empty bucket with a mega handle on it. Oh yeah. Nice clean rocks from Mama's rock garden. Let that fill up with water. That green mat's eating pretty good. Still don't see no shining in my indicator. Find joy on this journey. Well, find joy. Welcome in, top of the morning to you. You know, around here we like to make everybody moderators, so let's turn you blue, because we want you to be able to find the joy in all these other wonderful channels and let them find the joy in yours as well. There's my pal Kelly, the Prairie Prospector. Top of the morning to you, Kelly. I hope you're doing wonderful today up there in Canada. I'm running a whole bunch of tailings here. I got 7 or 8 buckets of tailings. I got more than that, but I need seven more buckets is what I need, and I'll have 50 buckets empty, and that's what we're getting ready to go on a 10-day prospecting trip. Mama Bird's gonna be on vacation for 10 days. And we're gonna drive across country like we sometimes do. We're gonna meet up with some amazing people. We're gonna get to meet up with Brian from Indiana Creek Gold, A3 Sky Warrior, Rich, the Rain Man himself, Prospector Jason E. Miner and his wife Cindy. We're gonna meet them. And it looks like that somebody did something bad, and my brother Megadog said, not on my watch, and he said, what? And he put the pump down on him. Tim Ivins? Tim Ivins is in the house. That's awesome. Welcome in, Tim. Now, if y'all come in here to look at a whole bunch of Missouri gold, it's probably not going to happen today because everything I'm running 7 buckets of tailings. All this has already been run at least 2, maybe 3 times. But I am so ADD and OCD that before I dump this out for one final time, one more bucket. Before I dump it out for the final time, I'm going to run them all one more time, and then he's going to find a new home in Mama Bird's rock garden. Jackie Janae! Kindness is contagious. Share it around. I promise you. I kind of like that. I think I've heard that somewhere before. Every flake counts. Bacchus, you got that right. And I just, you know what? All gold matters. And I cannot at all imagine dumping this out and then going to bed at night because I'd be in there going, I wonder if I left any gold in there. Well, that didn't take long to run through that first bucket, I'm going to tell you. That old grandma eats it up pretty quick, as you guys know. And yeah, the water's going to get dirty. It's going to get muddy because this is real. This ain't pay dirt. I don't think there's anything wrong with pay dirt, but this is right out of the creek bed. Every one of these buckets is right out of the creek bed here in Missouri. Look at Chad here. That's right. That's right, Ken. Respect the channel and everyone that's here. Sending people to the train station already. Yeah, we invite everyone in, but that doesn't mean we allow everybody to stay. You got that. We love everybody, and we wish them all well, but if they come in here acting nonsense, feeling like they got to spread hate and discontent, then you guys know what to do with them. You send them to the train station. Send them back. Well, it's a big old bucket here. Woo! That could have some gold in it as heavy as that big old monster was. Tell you what, one time. Let me move this tablet just a skosh. I can read it a little better. Karen Forster! My sister Karen! Hey, Roll It Pandy, welcome in. Top of the morning to you. Gold rush, absolutely. It's a gold rush. We are running tailings. Tailings today. Boy, look at this. I'm gonna tell you what. Look at that quartz in there. We may not find no gold today, but by the time I'm done here, Mama Bird's rock garden's gonna look real good. Broke down panels in here. Sam Norman's in here. Welcome in, Sam. Why is everyone a mod? I spin wheel. Well, if you've been in my channel before, you would know that. You come in, you show that you're dignified and show that you can behave yourself and your kindness, you become a mod. Then you can share back and forth your channel. These people can go into your channel, like and subscribe to content you have, and vice versa. Marshall Pennington. I like that thumbnail, Marshall. I'm an avid hunter myself. Well, this isn't a business. This right here is a hobby. Uh, gold mining is a business, but not for this. I'm just a prospector. I'm not a miner. And I travel across, me and Mama Bird travel across the U.S., usually central and eastern part of the U.S., gold prospecting. And what I'm running today is material that I've run before, that I think, I'm pretty sure I got most of the gold out of. Marshall Pinkerton, how much gold have you found? Well, over the past 20 years, I have found ounces and ounces, ounces and ounces of it. But right now, today, I've found none. And I don't really expect to find any. I might find a few flakes when I hit that Ohio material. I got a bucket of Ohio material over there that it's been classified, but it's never been run. So we'll probably have a few flakes in it. But this here, all this material has been run before. And I'm running it down this 6-inch Trek sluice made by Dream Map with the 6-inch smooth water flower gold header box designed by Wesley Hatfield. I'm looking in my indicator mat. I thought I seen a piece of shine, but I don't see it now. So if it was, it went on down into the mat. Bacchus, you have a great day. Thank you for coming in here. Now what we'll do is we get through this bucket here, we'll probably clean that mat out. I'll put it into another bucket or just into my pan and pull it back just to see. No, I've never done full-time gold pan. When I was a younger man, before I retired, I was a firefighter paramedic. I retired as a public servant. And, but my grandpappy, he was kind of a miner. He had some silver mines and some lead mines here in the state of Missouri. And he got me into it just through his passion, because I could hear my pappy and my uncles talk about how much he loved it. And that's who got my interest in striking out and finding some gold deposits here locally. Now there is some fellas in the community that I believe have mined for a living, but I'm not one of them. This has always just been a hobby for me. But most of the time when we go out and we prospect all day, and when I say all day, I mean 6 to 8 hours, me and Mama Bird digging buckets, around these parts, we can, a lot of times we can pull in $100 worth of gold. So that ain't too bad. That's not a slap in the face. It pays for the gasoline most of the time. Well, this setup here, this is a 6-inch Trek sluice by Dream Map. In my channel, I'm affiliated with Dream Map, so get a little bit of a discount. I have a link in my channel. If you click that link and check it out, you can pick one of these up with about 5% discount with my link. And then we got a smooth water header box by Flyer Go Wizard, and they run around $67, the smooth water header box. It's running off of an 1100 gallon per hour pump, and that runs around $12. And then I have it hooked to a 12-volt speed controller. That way I can control the amount of water that's running through it, and that runs about another $15 or $20, depending on where you pick one up at. So all in all, you're looking at about $150, $175 for the complete setup. Obo Rock. Hey, thanks 713 Shake. Appreciate that. I'm gonna turn you blue and let you come in here. Yeah, and the water recycles itself. That's why you can see it getting muddy like that. And speak of the devil, there's Wesley Hatfield. He is the man that designed this 6-inch Flower Gold Wizard smooth water header box. He is a wonderful guy. I'm going to turn you blue so you can check out these other channels also, Rohit, and they can check you out. Wesley, we're running some. I got 7 buckets of tailings that we're going to run. Me and Mama Bird are getting ready to take off. She gets her vacation here in about 8 days, and we're going to be heading off for a 10-day prospecting trip. And we're going across country. We're going to hit Illinois, Indiana, maybe drop off into Kentucky, and we're going to do some prospecting. And I need to have all my buckets empty and freed up so that we can do that. And if I get these 7 empty, I'll have 50 empty buckets. Now, I don't mean I'm going to take 50 buckets with me, but I will take 10 at a time with me. And as I fill them up, we can stop back off at home and drop them off and exchange them. And it keeps me from having to worry about emptying the buckets while we're trying to prospect. Hey, Ken Reed, welcome in here. Trouble, I was deputy chief on my fire department, and I was a critical care paramedic. I was a supervisor. I rode the supervisor car as a paramedic. And Ken Reed, we prospect all over, but we're based out of Southwest Missouri, and we do most of our local prospecting in Southeast Missouri, down in the foothills of the St. Francis mountain range and the St. Francis River down there. We just find some pretty good gold at times down there. Jacob, I don't go daily, buddy, but when we go, for us, I think it's a good amount of gold. For some people, it probably wouldn't be, but for us and for others, it is a good amount of gold. Our strive is just to get out there and have fun, enjoy the creations, and enjoy the land and meet amazing friends, new people, share the kindness. And here on this channel, most of the gold that we find, we give it away. We give it back to our subscribers, and we have raffles and contests and random comment pickers during our live shows on Mondays and Wednesday nights, and we turn around and give most of it right back to the subscribers. I'm in Southwest Missouri. That's where we live at, but most of the time we prospect here, we drive down to Southeast Missouri. It's between 3.5 and 5 hours, depending on where we go drive to Southeast Missouri. So we do okay. We're about halfway through bucket number 2. Thanks, Down Peg. Appreciate that. Yeah, the weather's pretty nice here. You're in North India. It's scorching hot. I can imagine it would be in North India right now. And I'm in southern Missouri, and right now the temperature's not bad. Our highs are hitting about 88 during the day, but our humidity is what's getting us right now. Right now, we have 100% humidity, but that's because we had some nice sprinkles this morning. No serious rain, but some nice sprinkles. Jacob, I haven't done any clean outs yet, but I do have an indicator mat up here that usually lets me know. I've got about a 2-inch indicator that usually tells me if I'm getting anything in here, and I don't see a single fleck in my indicator mat. Not yet, but you know, these are tailings. Everything that I'm running right now, I've already ran through a sluice or a high banker or some form of cleanup device or panned out. And I've gotten the gold that the first time through them. And I need some empty buckets, so I'm running them one more time. I'm gonna run these buckets through, and then they're gonna go in a mama bird rock garden. Georgianne, welcome in. Good to see you. Lady Malta, hello from Texas, she says. You know, Texas is a great state. Biggest state in the Union. A lot of people don't know this, but I believe Missouri is ranked the 9th biggest state in the U.S., but it's ranked way up there. It's got 54 million acres of national forest land in it. And it's a beautiful state as well. Wyatt Littleton, howdy. Still a good amount of buckets, yeah. Yeah, and that's just it, you know. If there's 2-3 little specks of gold in here, I want to get them out. Because it's a lot of hard work when you go down to the creek bank, river, or wherever you're prospecting. It's a lot of hard work to dig it up, classify it down, run it through a sluice or a high banker, or just pan it out, and then bring your concentrates back home. And that's what we've done here. And you know, I want to make sure that we get everything out of it that we could have got out of it. Got 154 amazing people in there. Please make sure to like that smash button. That always helps. It helps build the channel. You know, in the long run, it helps your channels as well. Because we try to make everyone moderators so that we can connect back and forth. And we call this the treasure community. Everybody that comes in, we call them a treasure because it's a treasure to us. And this is one big community, and we like to share that out and share the love, share the kindness. Wyatt Littleton. Not a bad fish you got there, Wyatt. Let's make you a moderator partner. This setup here, this is a Trek Sluice by Dream Mat. This is a Flower Gold Wizard Smooth Water 6-inch header box designed by Wesley Hatfull and sold by Jason the Flower Gold Wizard. I've got a leg kit on it. It's got a combination Dream Mat in it, and I run it through a speed controller. And the entire setup, roughly $160. You can $160, $175. In the description on my page, if you go to that Gentleman Prospector and hit the About section, there's a link there for Dream Mat, and it'll take you, and it'll give you a 5% discount on any of the prospecting stuff that Dream Mat offers, because I'm an affiliate of Dream Mat. Mr. J434, first time you found the channel. Well, welcome in. Top of the morning to you. I'm glad you found it. Ziegler, howdy, Leighton Games. Us prospectors like our gaming channels too. We try to always subscribe to them, and that's something that I gotta empty this out. That's something that you guys will find that I always do at the end of the streams is I go back through my chat and I always subscribe to everyone that's subscribed to me to try to share that love back out. It may take a day or two depending on how fast YouTube gets through processing. You guys know what that's like, gets through processing the videos. We got that bucket full. So I'm gonna carry it over and dump it in the rock garden. All right, another bucket in Mama Bird's rock garden. Garrett, I am looking for gold. Now, I don't expect to find anything until I get to that Ohio bucket. And it'll be the last one I do. And I'll probably change the water when I get to it. And I got a few more buckets around here. One of them looks like it wasn't classified. I got some big pieces of quartz I can see at the top there. So we'll see how that acts down this little 6-inch sluice when I start throwing that stuff in there. Yeah, so the gold will stay in the dream mat. And when I get through here with this bucket, I'll pull the camera in closer and I'll do a clean out. And you'll be able to see a clean out. And what it does is if there's any gold in this material, it'll get captured in the matting that's inside of this sluice. And it works as a vortex. And I'll explain that more as I'm cleaning it out. I have used just about every kind of matting system that's available on the market out there. And I found that for me, Dream Mat works best. Dream Mat and VDR are the two mats that I like the best. Now, when you get down to a real fine gold, a tiny, tiny, tiny flower gold, if you find an area, a lot of people won't mess with it or keep it when it's really super fine. They don't think that it adds up, but they're wrong. It adds up quick. And you know, right now gold's worth about $3,300 an ounce. That's 3,300 American dollars an ounce. That's $107 a gram. And it doesn't take much gold to make a gram. And if I'm in an area that's got some really tiny, fine flower golds, and they can be the hardest to catch, is the flower golds. I use a micro mini cleanup sluice designed by Wesley Hatfield and sold by the Flower Gold Wizard. That sluice will catch the smallest gold you ever see, and it's amazing. I have videos out on it using it, as does the Flower Gold Wizard, and I'm going to tell you what, it's some good stuff. The greatest commandment and the second. No greater love, brother. No greater love. I'm a retired firefighter paramedic, and I fully believe in that. There's no greater love. Well, thank you, Nur. You know, Nur, we're here in the United States. But I'm going to go ahead and make you as a moderator here because, you know, you seem like a very kind person and you're wanting to learn. And, you know, gold is all over. It's global. Gold was deposited as the earth was forming. Gold wasn't made on the earth like all the other elements on the earth. It was deposited here. It came in from outer space. So gold is essentially alien to us. And it's everywhere. It's spread out across the globe. You know, I was reading an article just the other day that they discovered mineable gold, they believe it to be mineable, in some of the volcanic areas in Hawaii. And that's something that nobody thought could ever happen. And then boom, with the new technology, they believe they found a deposit that they're able to get to. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool to me as a gold prospector. Anthony, this is everything that I'm sluicing today is from the 24th state in the Union, here in these United States of America, Missouri. The state of Missouri. That's what everything that I'm running through here. Here's a close-up of the material. Now everything here has already been run through the sluices or a high banker or a dredge or some form of cleanup device or panned out before. This is just a final running to make sure that if I did miss anything, that I'll catch it this time. And that's the reason I'm using a smaller sluice. Most of the time I use a 12-inch sluice, and you know, and I almost did that. I almost set the 12-inch up with my 10-inch smooth water header box on it. But I thought, you know what, this combo mat in the 6-inch, if I run it down through there, if there is any tiny flower gold in there, I'm going to catch it. I love this combo mat. Almost time for cleanup. The best color of dirt in the material. Well, when I go out prospecting, I look for indicator rocks. And indicator rocks in different areas can be different things. Here in the Midwest, specifically in the southeast Missouri area, I look for an indicator rock such as quartz, granite, and rhyolite. Them are the three main indicators that I look for. And all three, quartz, granite, and rhyolite, can be a host rock. And a host rock can actually be a rock that brings the gold up, or did bring the gold up, and some places it still is, into outcroppings. And it releases it into creeks, plains, and into placer deposits. Run says, I make him smile or remind him of his grandpappy. Thank you for that. That made my day, Run. You know, I'm a grandfather myself. I never got to meet my grandfather. He passed away before I was born. But he's the reason that I enjoy gold prospecting. He was really into this. He owned some mines in Missouri. And he had a passion for it. And he had a desire and a wish that he never got to fulfill. And I kind of picked that gauntlet up because I heard my uncles and my pappy talking about it, and I picked that gauntlet up. So thank you so much for that, Ron. And I'm from Missouri, so you know I ain't too far from Tennessee. We could be neighbors. Jojo says gold panning is one of his favorite things to do, and you know what? It's one of my favorite things too. Well, the largest amount of gold that I've ever found, the best, now it was in a 2.5 day period. The best we've ever done in this part of the country was in 2.5 days, me and Mama Bird and one other guy, my pal in this hopper, we was able to get just over 7 grams out of the ground. And that was, not only was the best day, but it was also the hardest day that I think I've ever worked prospecting. It was oh my God hot, and I had to dig a hole that was oh my God deep. But once I got down and hit the bedrock, I tell you what, that shiny snuck up, and it shocked us all. We didn't know that there was that kind of gold in there, but there was some big chunks. I mean, we pulled a couple pieces out of there that was close to a 1/2 gram. And you know, that a 1/2 gram, right now, today's prices, a 1/2 gram of gold is $50. So one little tiny piece of gold is worth $50 if it's a 1/2 gram. Because right now gold's at $107 a gram, or it was the last time I looked. We're just going to use this bucket to clean out in. Well, I'm going to shut that down. And I can see, well, let me pull this camera up here so you guys can see. Let me have a little shot of coffee here. And you know what? I spoke of MS Hopper, and boom, he appeared. That's my brother right there, MS Hopper 716. Y'all, thank you for saying I sound like your grandpa. That is one of the finest guys that ever walked the face of the earth. And, you know, a lot of the time that me and Mama Bird's going to spend during her vacation is going to be with him and his family. We're going to be prospecting and fishing, and we're going to be having a good time. Gojo, you need to get blue. Grant Henderson, yeah, well, you know, I don't know if you'll find it in your backyard, but if you got a creek running through your backyard, you have to. Depending on what part of Missouri you're in. Let me, I'm gonna disrupt y'all for a minute here, because I want to show you. Like I said, I am not expecting to find anything in here, but I do believe there is a tiny little piece of gold right there. Woo-wee. I've run this material 3-4 times. There's a piece of pyrite. That's fool's gold. And then look, see all these heavies? See all these black sands that's gathering in here? And then this is the dream mat. It's a combo mat. And each one of these cells, it works as vortex. You think, oh man, look at that, they all filled up. Well, yeah, they look full, but what they do is it exchanges as heavier material, and that's material with specific gravity. When I say heavier, that means in the water, it's material that's heavier than other material. And gold has a specific gravity of 19%, so it's the heaviest thing in the water. So it's going to push anything lighter than that out, as does these black sands, because these black sands, most of our black sands around here are granite, and granite's got a heavy specific gravity as well. But the mat transitions into bigger vortexes as it goes down. So it basically just holds the heavies. I'm seeing a lot of pyrite in there, but you know, that's not what we're looking for. But we're going to turn this back up here. Let me get over here so I can adjust it a little bit again. And we're gonna do a clean out. Because we're halfway there, we ran a couple buckets through it already. So this is fairly easy to clean out, this matting system is. I'm gonna empty this back into this other bucket, and it's going in Mama Bird's rock garden, because I'm done with it. And then I'm just going to take my little gold pan here. This here's a 8-inch gold pan, and I'm going to clean this out real quick, show you guys how I do that. So I just loosen that wing nut, put a little water in the pan, and then I slide the mat out like into so, and I just let it drop in there. And then I just flip the mat over. And I just run it like that. And this is why I like Dream Mat. It's because it's that easy to clean out. Dream Mat. Less cons, more gold. I can't see chat right now, but I got some amazing moderators if anybody's misbehaving that I know will take care of them for me. We got that all cleaned out there. And then I just back this smooth water header box off just a little bit, and my indicator mat, I'll pull it out and I'll put it in my pan too. Like into so. Got it cleaned out. And then all I got to do is turn that back on and let that push that rest of that off into my, if there's anything in there sitting there, it'll push it off into my pan like in so. And clean out's done. I reinstall my indicator mat. Had a little rock in there. Reinstall my smooth water header box. Reinstall my dream mat. And this water is dirty, but we're going to keep running it because I have faith in my dream mat. And then let me show you guys this. This right here, if there's any gold, it'll be in here because that matting system just caught it all. If there's anything in there. And you know what? I'm not going to show you yet if there's anything in there or not. But unless you want me to. If you want me to, I'll show you. Here, let's turn that right there and we'll pan that out real quick. How's that? We got a lot of new people in here and I bet they want to see me pan that out. So what I need to do is walk around here and see if you guys can see that. Because it was cloudy and the sun just came out. We'll zoom in on that and then I'll pan that out and let you guys watch me pan it out real fast. I got a surfactant in the water. It's the dish aid, and what that does is it breaks the water tension because fine gold, flour gold can float if it gets an air bubble under it. We stratify that down, making sure all the heavies get down there. There's a crease right down here in the bottom of the pan, and make sure all the heavies get down there in that crease. Tap her up. We're going to roll off any of the light material. Stratify it back down. Tap her up, roll off any of the light material. Do that one more time here, and then we'll pull her back and see if there's anything in it. And like I said, I don't expect anything because I've run this stuff so many times. But that don't mean I didn't miss it, because we all miss gold. So I'm going to pull her back here with you guys. And that is so full of pyrite. This is pyrite. It looks like gold, guys, but that's pyrite. That's what the old timers used to call fool's gold. And you can see why. I mean, in there amongst them black sands, it'll sure fool you if you're not used to seeing it. But it doesn't act nothing like gold does off in your pan. It's cubical, and some of the pyrite's even magnetic, and no gold's magnetic. So that may have been what I seen in that indicator mat, was a chunk of pyrite that I thought was gold. But we're going to find out. It's got a lot of heavies in there. That I can see. And I usually wait till the end of the day before I do any of these clean out. Now looky here. That is not pyrite. That is a piece of gold. Woo-wee! Look at that. GP got gold. Right there. That's a pretty good little chunk of gold too. So, you know what? That's going, I was able to pick it up with my big old hands. I'm going to put that in my snuffer bottle. Just like in the so. Got it. So, them two buckets that I ran through there, there's another piece right there. You see how that's sticking in the pan? Watch this. You see this, guys? That is all gold. See how it's sticking there in the pan and it's not pulling down with them black sands? That's gold. It's small gold, but all gold matters. We got to liberate all the gold. That's good gold, too. I didn't expect to see nothing like that in here. And that's a nice little treat for GP. That's a nice treat. And I guarantee if Hopper's still watching, he's going, yeah, get it, brother. kind of glad I did this clean out now and was showing you guys, because that got my heart racing. So, you know, there's another piece right there. See it sticking in there? I can't see the camera, so I'm hoping you guys can see the gold. Oh, there's some good gold in there. There's some good gold in there. Come on with that, Mega Dog. This must have been some of Mama Bird's stuff that she panned out. You know, that's just it. We all miss gold, and this could have been one of them days where we was on the really good big gold, and we wasn't even looking at this, what we call fly poop, these micros. But they're in here, and I'm going to save it because it all adds up. You see them little pieces that's heavies? I was talking about the heavies. Them are rhyolite. Lots of pyrite. And I'm still seeing some pretty good gold in there. I don't know which one of them buckets that came out of, but it was in one of them. But it ain't no more now. It's in my pan. I don't know if I'm on camera, off camera. I'm excited because I'm finding gold, so I don't guess it matters. I wish them was gold, but them pyrite. Now watch this. See when I tap up, see how that gold comes to where I'm tapping? That's the way your heavies will work. I can tap sideways. See how it leaches over there? And I'm going to dip my pan here, clean them heavies off that I've already sent through there. One more rinsing, and we'll suck up the rest of it. Then at the end of the live stream, I'll do a snuffer dump and show you exactly how much we got out of it for the entire day. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be a weighable amount of gold. So I'm awful glad that I decided, instead of just dumping these buckets out, that I decided to run it. Because there's been times me and Hopper and Mama Bird's been down there and panned all day and not got that much gold. Look at that. Let me see if you guys can see that or not, because that's worth seeing. You guys see that? I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I can see it. That's a good amount of gold in there. Well, that was well worth it. So, you know what? We're going to keep running it. And I'm going to go over here and look at chat. I got gold in. I'm doing the gold dance. Do the gold dance. Do the gold dance. Hey, Jeffrey Button, come on in, pal. Welcome. You see it in there? Cool. That's awesome. You know what? That's a win. If you guys can see it, for me, that's a win. I think that I need to adjust my camera up just a little bit. The only foo-foo. Hey, it's the only foo-foo. Howdy. Layla Brown, welcome in. You remind me so much of my grandpa. That makes my day. You know what? A lot of people that would probably offend, but it doesn't. Because I am a grandfather. I'm proud of my grandchildren. Love each one of them. And that makes me really happy that you say that. Let's see. Let's go with this bucket next. Let's go with this bucket next one time. Let's turn that old speed pump back on. Get that Fire Gold Wizard smooth water header box designed by Wesley Hatfield up and rolling. Back her down just a little bit. There we go. Let's feed her. Let's feed her again. Let's see if there's anything else in there. Hey, Katie, welcome in. We can have two contests, Hopper says. One weighted gold and the other fish. Hey, that sounds fun. That sounds like a good time. Don't threaten me with a good time. Don't threaten me with a good time, Hopper. I'm telling you right now. Well, I'm the guy to take you up on it, brother. That's right. Look at that. Look at that, Hopper. Big old piece of rhyolite sitting in there. Two different types. Oh, look at that. I'm going to save that for Mama Bird. A little piece of banded jasper. She likes that little stuff. But 2 times now, I have watched my pal Hopper, that is in chat right now, do something that most people can't do. Reached down, picked up a big old chunk of rhyolite, pulled it out of the mud, and turned it over, and there'd be a nice gold picker on it. Twice he's done that in front of me and Mama Bird. Twice. Adjust that camera just a little more. So I'm cutting my head off. Y'all can't see my head. You go gold mine. That's awesome, though, Joe. That's all. You know what? Cherish the moments you have with your parents and your grandparents, because, you know, one of these days you're going to be old like me, and you ain't going to have nobody but yourself and the family that you've raised. Because all my parents are gone, all my grandparents are gone, all my wife, Mama Bird, all, you know, her parents are gone. And the only people that we have here are the people that we've raised, and the ones that you guys, the ones that we love, our friends. So cherish them moments. Oh man, Hopper, see, he said he's heading to Springfield in about 20 minutes, which means he'll be there in about 3.5 hours. I'll be done with this by then, Hopper. You know, the sun's out now. It was raining earlier, but the sun's out now, and I got a spot there that catfish is biting in. But he's probably working. Layla Brown says the same thing. You remind me so much of my grandfather. Well, thank you for that. Bandit prospecting. We'd rather be running cons. These are all tailings. These are all tailings, and Mama Bird's got a rock garden going over there, and I was going to dump them out, and because I've already ran these before, you know, tailings. But I thought, you know, one more time. Let's run it one more time and see what happens. And I've got, you know, it's fly poop, but I got some good little fly poop in there. Out of my tailings. Bandit's another fellow Missourian. Great channel. I would highly recommend it. Bandit Prospector. See, he's up in the northern part of Missouri, kind of the northeast part, and then me and MS Hopper, we're down in the southern part. So we got the state covered. I don't know when we got these. Hopper, I guarantee you was with me, but these stink. These have been in this bucket so long, they smell bad. Kingly Dave, well, you know what? I guess you could be fish food for some fish. If fish eat what I'm getting out of here, they'll get gold jet skis. Or gold stones. my pal, last night my pal Mega Dog said, they eat that, they're gonna have goldstones. I know I had a little Golders in my cup this morning. Hopper, that's amazing, brother. That's good news. That's good news. And you know what? I think that you owe that. We owe it because, you know, me and Mama Bird's been praying so hard. We all owe it to a little bit of faith. And, you know, we had faith that she was going to beat this, son. And you're going to beat it. You're going to beat it. You watch and see. Hell, I'm going to claim it right now. You done beat it. It's been beat. Well, looky there. All we said was fishy one time. And Adventures in Michigan with Lisa showed up. She helped me catch some great channel cat the other day, watching my pole, singing a fishy fishy song. It was a good time. Did that all on the live. That's right, never doubted a bit. The biggest fish I ever caught. Well, my biggest fish here in the state of Missouri was 98 pounds. That's my biggest, a 98-pound spoonbill. That's freshwater, so, you know, we're not talking ocean fish. We're talking right out of the river. He came right out of the James River arm at Table Rock Lake. 98 pounds, spoonbill. Everyone, if you haven't had a chance to go over to Adventures in Michigan with Lisa's channel and subscribe like that, you guys are missing out because that gal does it all. She goes fishing, she goes prospecting, metal detecting, nature hikes. She does some cooking stuff that is just, I mean, it looks so good. You can sometimes smell it, and you know it's going to make your tongue beat your brains out if you ever try to eat it. One time, I'm telling you, pure OD Larrapin. $11-feet long sturgeon. That sounds like a good time. I bet it took you a while. We about got another bucket running through here. I'll be glad to get this bucket over. This must have been one of them buckets when we got the big amount of gold back in, when was that? Well, I think it was last July, Hopper. And we did so good that one trip because this stuff smells, it stinks. It don't stink like that catfish bait I was using. That catfish, that was the stinkingest bait I've ever put on my hook, but it's also, I think it's the best bait I've ever used. I know it's the best dough bait I ever used, but oh God, it's and the smell, you couldn't get the smell off your hands. Mom, I showered and washed my hands, scrubbed them, and I finally told her. She come home and she said, "What's that smell?" I said, "My hands." She said, "Oh dear Lord, go wash them." I said, "I've washed them 20 times. I've used stainless steel bar. I've used every kind of scent killing soap I know of. The only thing I got left to do is put a little gasoline on there and put them out with a chopping axe. That's the only other way to get rid of that odor." She had some frou-frou soap, foaming soap, that smelled like lavender and cucumber. And she put that on my hands and gently washed my hands for me with a loofah. And it was kind of nice, let me say, to start with. But it was, yeah, it got rid of it. It was. Thank you, Larry and Martha. I hope to see you guys again. Yeah, we got to get some fresh classified material. Yeah, this stuff here is bad. We're gonna try to go kayaking this weekend. And river that we're kayaking, we're mainly gonna do some fishing. We're gonna go for smallmouth and goggle eyes, but we're gonna take our pans, of course, and a couple of small two-gallon buckets and a kayak, and we're gonna do some prospecting too while we're in there. Yeah, I have caught ocean fish. I used to live out on the west coast when I was a real young lad. Karen Forrester, my sister, you have yourself a wonderful day. Thank you for coming in here. I so appreciate you and everything that you do and everything that you stand for. Well, where we're going at is where the Finley and the James meet, Hopper. We're gonna go. We're gonna put in on the James, and we're gonna float down, and then where they meet at down there by River Down, we're gonna go float right past that too. You guys want to come on up, you know. It's always, you know, we got two vehicles that we use. We usually, the drop-off vehicle will take and leave my truck down where we're going to pull out at. It's about a 6-hour float if you're fishing and floating and having a good time. But you're more than welcome to come down. And we usually flat, smooth, tear up the smallies and the goggle eyes. You know, personally for eating, I love them goggle eyes. They taste so much like walleye and crappie, and you know they got in that river. They got to be 7 inches or bigger to keep them. So that, you know, you get some pretty good fillets, but we generally limit out. I wasn't paying attention, and I filled up my bucket. That's all right. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. Just gonna make it heavy. Just gonna make it heavy because it overflowed into my catch pan here. There's probably enough in here to fill it up again. That's a rookie move. That's a rookie move. If the wizard was watching me right now, I guarantee you he'd be laughing. I know he ain't watching me though, because that's the hardest working man that's ever lived. Got over there and got some of that on my pump. And that's how I even noticed it, because my pump slowed down on me. Clean that pump off one time. I'm glad to be done with that stinking stuff. You always want to clean that bucket out, because in the bottom of them buckets, a lot of times that can be where your gold's at, right there in that very bottom of that bucket. Got another one cleaned out. Longbird's gonna be happy. Alright, let's go with this one. This one don't have a whole lot in it. It's a bucket and under there. If I'm read this chat from. Gojo, thanks for coming in. It was a pleasure having you in here, and you're welcome in the channel anytime, my friend. Uncle Jimmy, I wish you was right here with me sluicing as well. Make you a moderator. I thought I'd done that already, but hey. I've done that, Lisa. I've mailed people's stuff off and forgot to put the little card and the decals in there, and it's like, oh man. Thank you so much for that. We got Gojo hooked up because they're going right on out to the stream, they said. And that's what it's about. Good luck. I hope, you know what, if you're fishing or prospecting or just spending a day, have a good time and enjoy yourself. One Craig, thank you for coming in here. You're welcome anytime. And yeah, we'll see you next time, my friend. Hi, Katie. Welcome in. Father's Day, yeah. Father's Day Sunday, so yeah, that can throw a wrench in it. You know, when me, like I said, when me and Mama Bird come down and spend time with you guys, we'll probably be in take her car. We're taking her car across country, but we're gonna strap the kayaks to the top of it like the Daniel do. So we'll have the kayaks with us. We'll just throw an air mattress in there, a couple high bankers, sluice, bunch of buckets, cooler. Cooler takes up about as much room as anything does. Hey, welcome in, that dude. You should, Lisa. You should. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know if you guys have channel cat in your area up there in Michigan or not, but if you do, man, you're going to have to try out some of that catfish bait I was using too. You seen that stuff? It works. All right, we're going to empty this back out before I do another rookie move. Got a couple more buckets to run through here. And then we can run that Ohio stuff. Now I will change this water before I run the Ohio stuff, because it has never been run. It's virgin material right out of it's been classified right out of the river in Ohio. And I mailed a bunch of that out to different subscribers, but it's what we got left that we didn't mail out. Got some black sands I see rolling out of that blue bucket. Could be throwing some gold in there. That's bucket number 2. Well, that's actually bucket number 4 cleaned out, but bucket number 2 on this since I cleaned the sluice out. Got it. Another one cleaned out. Got 4 buckets cleaned out. Oh, let's get this one up there. It's a big old monster here. Got a cat here. Shrimp always does good on the Grand River for cats. Yeah, shrimp does real good. Well, Hopper, man, it was great to see you in here. You know, because I was bragging you up, talking to Chad about you, and then to see you pop in like that, that was amazing. You have a wonderful day, brother. I know we'll be hollering back and forth at one another like we do about every day, but you be safe going into town. If you get up here and you need something, holler at me, because I ain't 20 minutes out of Springfield. Got bass, perch, trout, salmon, pike, bullhead catfish, and sheephead perch. Quite the assortment, right? Well, I'm sure you get something to bite on there. It is about to hit the 11 o'clock hour here in Southwest Missouri, which means that Mega Dog, it's about to be noon for him and Dina and all of our New England friends. about to be 9 o'clock for Hobo Rob and everybody out on the West Coast. Clean that pump back off again. Stuff and trash. There we go. Hey, curmudgeon, Alaska. You guys get to see Rosie and Bob or yet, or have they come by there or hollered at y'all? I'm cleaning some tailings today. Hey, my brother Miller, Carl Miller, Miller Outdoors. We got 4.5 buckets of these tailings run out here. I'm gonna have to change my water. I was gonna wait until I got through 6 buckets to change the water. But I did a clean out. We had some new people in and I did a clean out after 2 buckets and I found those shiny that I had missed. So, and that's why I'm using the combo mat, because some of that I'd run down a lot of this I'd run down the dredge mat in my high banker, and I thought to myself, I could have lost some of them micros through that dredge mat, and apparently I had. Miss MS Hopper, he was in here with us. Oh, it's a tailing trip. I got it, Rob. I got it. Well, that's a pretty piece of quartz. Pretty. Had a fly biting on my arm. It rained this morning. The sun's out, kind of popping out now. It's not too bad. Check that battery on my phone and make sure it's still up. We've been on here for a couple hours now. That water's getting some dirty. It's starting to getting to the bottom of my pump, and that's my fault because I let my tailings overflow a while ago. That's cool. I'm gonna have to go empty that out, and I'll check that battery on my phone when I do that. Okay, but one time over and throw it in there. Got that one emptied out. I'm going to switch here and charge my phone for a little bit so the camera don't go down on me. Got time to do another cleanup. No, John Doggy, this is depending on which bucket, but some of these I've run 3 times. And, but they've all been run at least once through my high banker. And my high banker's got a green mat dredge mat in it. So I wanted to run them again through the small sluice, my 6-inch Trek sluice, and see if the combo mat would catch any micros that the green mat or the red mat might have missed. Some of that water off. There we go on time. I ain't digging in that old water that's been in that bucket for so long. Hey, no problem, John Dog. Appreciate you coming in. I'm going to turn you blue so you can check out some of these other channels and they can check you out too, my friend. Guys, I appreciate everybody being in here. We still got 166 people in here watching us. And please make sure to like that smash button. It sure helps the channel. And essentially, it helps your channel too, because that gives everybody a chance to know that you're legit and that you got content, and everybody, you know, I can't say it enough. To subscribe, check out each other's channels, subscribe, and subscribe back and forth, you know. Whenever I get through with this live, once it processes, I always go through my chat. A lot of times it takes 3-4 hours, but I always go through and check out everyone that subscribed to me, and I always check their channel out and I subscribe back. We share the love. Rob? Curmudge, this is a 6-inch Trek sluice. It's one of our small sluices. I was going to set up the 12-inch Bigfoot, but you know, I know there's no big gold in here because, like I said, I've run it through the high banker at least once. Some of this might have been run twice, but I wanted to make sure if there was any tiny micros that I caught them, and I knew this combo mat in this 6-inch sluice, because it narrows it down, I knew it'd catch them. I trust that green mat, Rob. Yeah, I feed it, you know, hard and fast. But, you know, I'm running an 1,100 gallon per hour pump through there, and I've got, you can see the flow. And here's, you know, the material here in Missouri, you need to run it flat because a lot of that, a little piece of mineralized quartz, but a lot of that sharp material, and it'll hang up. So if you run it flat, it'll help bump that other out of the way. But I 100% trust. I thought I seen a chunky piece of gold, but it's not. I 100% trust the vortexes in that green mat do their job. Wishing for walleye, welcome in. Well, today I haven't found a whole lot. I do have some gold. We've only done one cleanup. And I'm running tailings, and I've got 5 buckets of tailings that I've run so far, and I got this one here. This will probably be my last bucket, and then I'm going to change my water, and I'm going to run some fresh material from Ohio down it. This is all from Missouri, but you know, I've got enough of enough gold in my snuffer bottle out of the first cleanup. I think it'll move the scale. Won't move it much, but I think it'll move it, you know, which is good because all these tailings, I'm emptying these buckets because I'm putting them right over there in Mama Bird's rock garden. And this will be the last time anybody ever runs these looking for gold. And all gold matters. We don't want to leave none behind. Stephen Loftus, welcome in. You know, we prospect all across the Midwest. We're in the state of Missouri, and every one of these buckets here came from Missouri. But I got one bucket from Ohio over there. Next week we're going to, we're headed to Indiana. We're going to spend 10 days traveling around the Midwest, prospecting different states. Me and Mama Bird is. Time to empty that out again. Justin Wilson. I know some Justins. I know a Justin Lynch from Missouri, but I don't know a Justin Wilson. I also know some Wilsons here too. Every speck adds up. You got that right. Rusty Nugget, we're going to go visit Indiana Creek, Joel, Brian. We're going to go visit Brian. We're going to stop in and say hey to Jim at Cottonwood Trails. We're going to Prospector Jason E. Miner and his wife Cindy. They're going to go with us or meet us there. I mean, they're coming out of Michigan. But so yeah, we're going to be in that part of Indiana. You know where Cottonwood is. Doc, welcome in. Gold Ridge Creek. I'm not familiar with that, but I will absolutely look it up. You can guarantee that. Oh no, Steve, I haven't. I'll have to check that out. That's right, Bandit. That's right. Nevada, Arizona, and California go to abandoned gold mines. Yeah, I'll definitely give his channel a look. Steve, we're going to turn you blue, brother, so you can check out some of these other channels. That's good information. You know, I was prospecting down in south central Missouri 2 years ago, and we ran into an old drift mine down there, and we had our metal detectors with us, and we did some metal detection. We found an old rail system, and we sent some of the pictures to the Missouri Extension and asked if they could date, you know, from looking at the pictures, and they said it was from the 17th century, that rail system was. So that was pretty cool. Brewers Prospecting, my pal Jeff, howdy howdy. So Jeff, I'm running these, I got 7 buckets of tailings that I've had here since last summer, and this is their final run. You know how that goes. I'm running all these down this 6-inch green mat sluice, and then I'm throwing everything into Mama Bird's rock garden over there. So I needed to get some empty buckets up for a trip we have coming up. I've got 1 bucket left from Ohio. It's not a full bucket, it's probably half, maybe 3/4, that I'm going to change the water in this here shortly and run it too, and see if there's any fly poop in there. Brewers was in Ohio with us. He was right there beside us when we dug that bucket. Him and Scott Sharp. Getting her done, finding that shiny. This will be our last bucket of the day. Well, of the Missouri stuff of the day. Last tailing bucket. I've got one more there, but it don't even look like it's ever been classified. I'm not real sure. I can't remember. It's like I said, it was last year. Shoot, I forget something happened last night. These black sands down there at the bottom of that bucket. After sitting in there for a year, I don't doubt that. All down at the bottom. Bucket number 6 cleaned out. Bucket number 6. That's right. That's right, man. You better believe it, man. All right, I'm gonna empty these tailings right here out. Set that over there, and we're gonna clean this old drain mat out. First, I'm gonna look at it and see if I see anything. I can show you guys. I don't see a thing in there. That indicator mat, but I didn't the last time either, and we had a little bit shiny. I don't know, there might be one little fleck right there. Little tiny micro. That's heavy on the mite. Mites grow on chickens' butts. She looks clean to me. Clean enough for the kind of prospecting I do. Back that off, pull that indicator mat out, empty that in there. Got a fly crawling on my neck, it's driving me nuts. At least I hope it's a fly. Turn that on, rinse it down into that pan one time. Good enough. Good enough, she said. Alright, slide that indicator mat back in there. Slide that drain mat back in there. Have a look one time at the cons and that. Oh, it's full of black sands. There's the cons out of that last 3 buckets I just run. You hearing them back there in the background? I hear them too. Aren't they party? GP on a roll, says Lisa. Egyptian monkey trying to tell you. I don't know, brother. But I am going to change this water. Because it's dirty. Muddy, yucky, nasty, dirty it was. I had to grab my hose, guys. Sorry. I'm back. That one filling this bunker up. Howdy, Dominic Roy. Howdy, Soccer fans. Arvin! How's it going, Arvin? Good to see you, pal. Dominic Roy, I'm doing pretty good. How you doing? Look at that. Look at them legends coming in. Maddie's Mr. Creations and Johnny's Corner. Welcome in, guys. You guys don't know it, Maddie and Johnny, they do live. Amazing channels, both of them. Highly recommended. Dominic Roy, I'm finding some. These are all tailings. I'm putting next time you blues to connect some of these other channels. These was buckets of tailings that I had sitting around. I needed to empty the buckets, but you know, all gold matters. Most of these got ran through high banker, got a dredge mat in it, so I knew that I probably blew some of the micros and fines out, and I got a few in here. I got a few in my snuffer, and we just cleaned out. Did a clean out, ran 3 more buckets and did a clean out, but I'm changing the water because I got a bucket of material from Ohio that has never been run before. And it's sitting over there. I'll have to walk over and get it shortly. I'll get everything set up, but we're gonna run it. I expect there to be just a little bit of micros in there because when we were in Ohio, we found some micros. Who's getting more gold, Buddy or GP? Well, I don't know if that's even a contest. I don't even know if that's worth mentioning. For one thing, Buddy's gold, I believe, all came out of the gold fairy machine. Mine came out of Riverbank. Got to put a little surfactant off in there. Buddy's been getting good gold, yeah. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. How many buckets has Buddy run? I've run 6. This will make 7. But yeah, Buddy had some good material. I mean, he had a lot of good pay dirt. I know because Jason sent him a lot of pay dirt that he saved. Jason E. Minor, Troubled One, myself, Mama Bird, several people have sent him pay dirt. So, you know, and the first time he ever run it, all he did was pan it. And now he's running it down the sluice. So there's no doubt he's got to be catching some. No doubt. I hope he finds it all. But this material is all 100% from Ohio. We dug up where's in Ohio. And I expect to find a little bit of gold in this material, enough that I can already see a fleck of gold in the indicator mine. The last, all them buckets that I just ran, that's all tailings. I'd all been run before down a sluice and in the river and then down a high banker here in my backyard. So I didn't expect to find nothing in none of them. You notice I've slowed this down as far as the speed that I'm feeding this, because these have never been run. It was classified when the day we left Ohio. We brought 2 buckets of classified material home with us. We melt one bucket out for a whole bunch of these guys. Some people found those. Alex, what I'm running right now come out of Ohio, but all the buckets we ran before came out of Missouri, and I'll keep it separate. Howdy, G-Ford. I had a whole bunch, well, I still do have a whole bunch of tailings buckets, but I needed to clean out 7 of them, and I'm going to have 7 of them cleaned out here when I get this done. That way I have 50 empty buckets for the upcoming prospecting trip that we're getting ready to go on. Gotta feed the puppers, says Johnny. Every speck counts. All gold matters. Howdy, Callie. Welcome in. Still have 131 amazing people in there. That's just, you know what, that's pretty humbling. I sure hope that everybody will hit that like button and consider becoming a subscriber. I know that I'll go through at the end of life, once YouTube processes it. Sometimes it takes a couple of days for them to process it. And then I can go back through and read the chat, and everyone that's subscribed, I can return the favor, share their channels out. That's something me and Mama Bird like to do, is promote other channels. That comes straight out of Ohio, not sure what it is. Gold lives matter, that's right. All gold matters. No, the pump's nothing here wide open. Not at all. I got it set on about 3. I mean, I could crank it up and it would I could blow the stuff out. Yeah, this is just a 6-inch. If you're running the pump wide open, you're missing gold. You know that, Autumn. You know that, Autumn. I gotta empty them tailings. If with the smooth water header box, you really, I mean, Jason and Wesley both. Wesley was in here just a little while ago. They'll both tell you that you have to run it with a speed controller. If you're not running it with a speed controller, you're not getting everything out of the smooth water header box that you should be. Its design is to go with the clean out mats like the Dream mat and the VDR mat that exchanges material, that has a vortex and exchanges material, and it eliminates the air bubbles, and that's why they call it smooth water. The water's got to be smooth. Any tips for the first timers going to Panda Creek? Yeah, Johnny, you know, the big tip that I could give you is to enjoy yourself. Don't make it out to be that you have to find gold. You know, it took me several years of actual prospecting to get into to find gold. Don't get discouraged. That's my biggest tip. Look for indicators. When you get to wherever you're going, look for indicator rocks. Now, geologically speaking, the rocks can vary from area to area. Here in the Midwest, our 3 biggest indicators is quartz, granite, and rhyolite. Learn to identify them, look for them, and look for heavy deposits. Carry a magnet with you, a probe magnet, you know, and I know you do a lot of magnet fishing. You've got some good magnets to look for your black sands, that type of stuff. You find an area that's heavy with quartz, rhyolite, granite, and black sands, that does not guarantee you're going to find gold, but that sure indicates that if there's gold in that area, it'll be where you're at. That's what it's telling you. And just go slow, have fun, and enjoy yourself. Remember that if you find a lot of that, and you're out panning, and you're seeing a lot of black sands, a lot of heavies in your pan, and when you bring them down, you might carry a little extra bucket with you and take it home so you can do it in a controlled environment too. Because, you know, small gold, flour gold, that will float, so you need something to break the water tension. A lot of places, you know, whether it's DNR, conservation area, or what, they don't allow you to use any kind of surfactants down around the water, any kind of soaps and stuff. So you can take it home, pan it out at home in a controlled environment where you can use a surfactant, break that water tension, and that'll help you out a lot too. Tim, I sure appreciate you, brother. You've been with us since we started the show today, and so is Mega Dog. Man, you guys are amazing. More rusty quartz, that's good advice. Yeah, that's mineralized quartz. You want to look for that. And it does look very rusty in nature. Dominique Roy's on Central Time, so am I. I'm here in the 24th state in the Union, state of Missouri. I'm on Central Time. I'm running some Ohio classified material. These are not cons, this is classified material. The material that we take out of this sluice, then it's considered cons. Now I have Missouri cons right there in my pan that I'm gonna pan out in front of you guys here as soon as we get these around, and then we'll clean these out and pan them out and see if we got any shiny in there. Don't expect to find anything in that Missouri material other than this little fly poke, because all this has been ran by me before and panned out by me before. And I'm fairly lucky. I wouldn't call it good, I'd call it luck at getting most of my gold the first time. Tim's at 12:30 right now. He's on Eastern time, as is Mega Dog on Eastern time, and Alderman's on Eastern time. Dojo, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hey, Johnny, anytime. And you know, you got my contact information, brother, so you can get a hold of me anytime you want. And if there's ever anything that I can help you with when it comes to prospecting, reach out, brother. I'll be more than happy to give you the advice I have. Hopefully it wouldn't be bad advice. Thank you, Mega Dog. We appreciate that, brother. Melvin Rollins says it's 12:33 there. He's on Eastern time as well. Well, I don't know if I have great advice, Dojo, but the advice that I'll give anybody is advice that I wish I would have been given when I started out. And I can tell you, the first time that I ever found gold out in the wild, which was the first time I ever found gold, I didn't even know what pay dirt was up to about a year and a half, 2 years ago. But the first time I ever found gold out in the wild, I had such a roller coaster of emotions. I mean, I was yipping up and down, dancing, rolling around on the ground, crying, all at the same time. It's one of the most spectacular feelings that you ever have, you know, other than maybe when your children are born, grandchildren, or you get married, or hit that home run that you've been looking for. You can rank right up there with any of that. Oh, thanks, Mega Dog. See, you guys keep helping GP out. Thank you, appreciate that, Mega. Now I'm gonna dump this over here into this other bucket. So this is the first time this material ever been run from Ohio. And I'll pan all this stuff out again off camera. I won't do it in front of you guys. It takes too long, but I'll pan it all out again off camera just to make sure. And plus, Mama Bird's gonna want to go through it and look to see if there's any pretty rocks in there. I know her and Mega Dog and Benzo found some beautiful rocks down there in Ohio when we were all down there together at Rose Nose Monkey Fest. Rinse these heavies out of that bucket. Stuff in there. Got it. Put that down. Turn her back on just for a second. Let her run for a second. Utilizing that speed controller to look at my indicator mat here one time. I do see some micros in there, guys. I do see some micro gold in there. I think I see 3 pieces in that indicator mat. Let me move this around here. And I'll pan that rest of that Missouri material out with you guys, and we'll see if we can got anything in there. Howdy Harper, howdy Isaac Montgomery, welcome in. Bandit, yeah, I do too. I love seeing it. That's usually all we get here, but you know what? That's a good thing. We're still finding gold, brother. We're still finding gold. So what we have here is the tailings out of them last 3 buckets of the Missouri stuff we run. And this is why I like Dream Mat, is because that I turned 3 full buckets of material into that little bit of concentrates. Now these are concentrates now, because they've been run through the sluice and they're ready to go. So we're going to stratify her down there. That allows all the heavy stuff. Anything that's in water, the weight is measured by specific gravity. Anything that's in the air, the weight is measured by inches of mercury. So right now it's all specific gravity, and gold has specific gravity of 19%. So it's the heaviest thing in the water right now that we're messing with. So it's going to sink to the bottom, along with your granites and rhyolites and some of your quartz. I see some pyrite in there right off the bat. We're going to rinse that lighter material off, stratify her back down. Rinse that lighter material off. See all them heavy black sands? I can big old chunk, cubed up chunk of pyrite right there. Rinse some heavy materials off. Here, let me turn my, you guys can watch it better, I think, as it cleans itself. And I do have a catch pan down here, and I will repan all this. This is all Missouri concentrates that I have ran through a high banker 2 or 3 times, and now ran through that 6-inch combination Dream Mat sluice. And we're about to where we're going to pull this back. Once I get it down to looking like that, where it's mostly heavies, then I'll stop and I'll shake her down, get her stratified down there one more time. You can find a nugget in a sap tree and a mushroom. That's right. We seen it happen, didn't we, Make It Dog? Well, I'm going to pull these back now and get rid of the rest of this light stuff. You see that quartz? How I told you quartz would be in there. See the pyrite in there? There's 2 pieces right there, granite and rhyolite. So there's the heavies that we were looking at. And then we got our black sands. And these are all Missouri material. So them black sands in there are probably all magnetic. They're probably all iron in nature. We got a lot of iron here. I can see some flour gold in there sticking to the pan already. Guys, you see these? I don't know if you can see them or not. These are micros. That's gold. That's gold. So they're out in the field. We're going to suck them up instead of pounding them back in there. Somebody honking at me. Honk if you're finding gold. Toot, toot. I think it's UPS truck over on the back side of the alley. Look at that. I'd be willing to bet that right there is 100% magnetic, just by how rusty it is. Wash them off. Lots of pyrite. You guys seeing this pyrite? See how cubed that is? Looks like the Borg ship off of Star Trek. Good Missouri heavies. And you know what? I'm thinking that's a chunk of gold. If it is, that's gonna get a ooh-wee from this old feller. I'll tell you what, that's gold. That's a pretty good little fleck of gold for down here. I ain't gonna lie one time. There's a good fleck. See how that sticks in my pan? I can be rough with it and the black sands move. That's sticking in the pan, that's gold. Shake her back down there. I just heard a horn honk that sounded suspiciously like Mama Bird's horn. I swear that old Ford she drives has got the loudest horn in the world. If it is, she's on lunch because it's too early for her to be off work. Got to suck that up. Suck it up one time. There's a piece of nail or wire, no shoe tack, something. I don't know what it is. Big old piece of pyrite. Look at that. Another one. That's all pyrite right there. It was a goose, says Mega Dog. I do see some nice little fleck of gold right there. That's a pretty piece of gold right there. See that? You guys see that? I'm gonna suck him up. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. Ooh, look at all that shiny up there. Can you guys see that? Can y'all see? Let me do this. That help? Can you guys see all that in that black sand? I am so glad I reran all this. Now this is all tailings from last year that we had run down the high banker and brung the tailings home. Well, we actually brung everything home and run them down the high banker in the backyard. But I used the dredge mat in the high banker, and a lot of times if I'm running that dredge mat too hot, and I think I was looking at this, because that means I missed all that shiny. That's gold. That ain't pyrite. Get back up there. That's lead. And this is, oh, that's pretty. Look at that, guys. Get that lead out of the way. Would you look at that one time? Honk, honk, still lurking, says Jeffrey. We need to suck him up. He's flat enough that he's getting a little air under it and he's wanting to move. We may have to get the scale and weigh this, guys. I ain't gonna kid you now. Because I know that'll move the scale. Look at that smile. I don't know if I'm holding it right. Can you see that? Y'all see that smile in there? That's gold that's been setting in my backyard for a year in buckets. Huh. Micros I got to get out of there too here. I think I got it. Oh, nope, there's a piece right there. All right, let's do a snuffer dump. Snuffer dump. Snuffer dump from the tailings. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? There was that much gold in them tailings. I got to relook at that high banker because I'm missing gold. I'm blowing gold out of that. Look at this, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Woo-wee. Can you see that? That's plenty of gold to move the scale. Got just a little bit of black sand in there. And you know black sand makes GP's eyes twitch, so you got to get rid of it. And we're going to suck it up. And then we're going to clean out that, see if there's any Ohio gold in there. That's good, clean gold. That piece right there is a picker. Looky there. That's a Missouri picker. I think that is too. Look at that. Woo-wee. That's some pretty gold right there. I don't care who you are. I gotta see chat now. I was concentrating on gold. Snuffy dump. That's right, Megan. That's a good snuffy dump. You know what? I didn't expect to get nothing out of there. And I got enough gold in there to move the scale. Right there. Now, we got to clean out. Mama bird snuck in behind me. I told you I thought I heard her horn. She got the loudest horn in the world. We got to clean this sluice out. We're going to clean this sluice out and see if there's any Ohio gold in it. That simple. Got a little clean of me. Pull that indicator mat. And get it like that. Turn her on, let her run for just a couple minutes here. Clean anything in there out. And this last cleanup of the day, so I'll run inside the damn good. Put them back together. Good enough. Those are the Ohio concentrates. Back around here, we'll pan them out. Now, I don't expect to find much, if anything, in there, because that first day we did pretty good. But that second day, I kind of got off the gold. And this is from the second day that we prospected. There was a day down there that we couldn't prospect at all because it rained, stormed on us, and water came up and just wasn't safe to get out in it. This is completely different looking material than that Missouri material was, as you guys can see. Different, even the black sands are different. They're not as aggressive. I see gold though. We got gold. We got Ohio gold in the pan. See one little micro so far, it's poked out. That may be all sin. I think I've seen 3 in the indicator mat. There should be at least 3 micros in here. I was going to show you that indicator mat too and forgot, dadgummit. Well, I see 1 micro. And that's all I see. Wait, there's another. There's 2 micros. There's my 3rd. And there's a 4th that didn't get caught in the indicator, or I couldn't see it. I got 4 micros in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. That ain't gonna change this Missouri gold a bit, so we're just gonna use the same snuffer bottle and suck them up. So there you have it. I want to thank everybody for coming in here and watching me as I cleaned up all these buckets. Cleaned up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buckets full of material. Been in here for 2 days longer than the dirt's been on the ground. It seems it's got to be 3 hours that it took me to do it. But hey, you know what? I got some gold out of there. It's pretty good gold. Enough to move the scale, I'll guarantee it. Thank you, Megan. Hey, there's Cindy. Howdy, Cindy. Welcome in. And thank you for timing out Labano Badad there, Make a Dog. Appreciate that. Still have 84 amazing people in here. And, you know, I don't know how many likes we got, but however many I got, I appreciate it. I keep forgetting to adjust that camera right. It's like I'm adjusting it for Buddy. It's always too short, and I got to bend down there. So, there we go. That should be a little more gooder. So, guys, I'm going to get off here. I want to get some lunch in me. I just wanted to bring you in, show you a little fun I was having today. Show you a little Missouri gold, a little bit of Ohio gold too. Now we got some empty buckets that we can take on our trip we're getting ready to leave for here in about 7 days. And we'll probably see you guys Saturday, because I think we're going kayaking. So we'll probably see y'all Saturday. If we don't see you Saturday, we'll see you Monday. We're going to be doing a live duck race, a free duck race giveaway again. So all you new people, get over there. And then Wednesday on at Mama Bird 70 channel, we're going to do another duck race. Another free duck race giveaway. What are we giving away, you say? Gold. So come on in. Make sure you're there. We hope to see you there, Melvin Rawlings. Hey, Melvin, you know what? You need to have a wrench. I'm sorry I haven't wrenched you yet, brother. I've been meaning to. And you know what? You're welcome. Hopefully I did teach you something, and hopefully it wasn't something bad. You know, like I was saying earlier, I wish that when I started prospecting that I would have had somebody that would have come in and showed me the in and outs, you know, talked about the indicators, talked about panning techniques, different mat styles, the way to set sluices up. You know, I learned that stuff from trial and error. But you know what? That's sometimes the best way to do it. So, Maddie, Johnny, Make a Dog, Tim, you've been amazing today. Greeting people, helping people. Make a Dog, as always, you're amazing. Everybody's amazing. We love every one of you. And we'll see you probably Saturday. Like I said, we'll probably go live for a short period of time doing some fishing, kayaking. Hopefully not screaming, oh God, we're all going to die. But, you know, it could happen too. But we will, if we don't see you Saturday, we'll see you Monday or Wednesday. If we don't see you then, I hope to see you out there. Well, I'm going to end the stream now. I'm going to go get some lunch. And I'll probably dry this gold up and weigh it up just to see. And I may post on there if a picture of it on the scale. You guys can put your guesses in there. I'm going to guess 0.08. 0.08 is what I'm going to guess this is going to weigh. But I don't know yet. I could be a little shy on that. But everyone, have a great day. Stay blessed. Stay golden.